Ms. DeVito, in your testimony, you talk about so-called failures of DOGE in your opinion. But do you support the federal government funding HHS and NIH studies that promote the genital mutilation of children? Do you support forcing Americans to pay for genital mutilation of children? Yes or no, Ms. DeVito?
Thank you for your question. I think we all agree that the government should work for people.
Answer the damn question, yes or no.
No, I asked you, do you support genital mutilation of children and the American people having to pay for it? That's a yes or no question.
I think government research is responsible for all sorts of innovations that we enjoy
So you do,
today.
so for the record, you do support the American people paying for top and bottom surgeries of children.
I think
Cutting off the breast of young girls, teenage girls, and castrating teenage boys. You support the American people paying for that.
At 17 years old, they do not trust you to even buy a pack of beer. But they trust you to know that you don't want your eggplant? Nonsense. Nonsense, guys. There is no rational explanation on why those things are happening to minors. And this is literally child abuse.
It's mutilating kids' bodies before they're old enough to vote, before they're old enough to join the military, before they're old enough to even be adults. That's what you're saying the American people should pay for.
Those things should not be happening to minors. Now, if you're an adult and you feel like you want to chop your eggplant off, hey, dude, as long as it's not being funded by the American taxpayers' money, do you, boo-boo. But children? No. Children should be protected. And anyone that says otherwise, I can't take you seriously.
A $620,000 HHS grant for hashtag Transcendent Health, adapting an LGBT plus inclusive teen prevention program for transgender boys. $620,000 from HHS. It's absurd. This is disgusting, and it facilitates a lie. Here's another one. A $2,000 NIH grant for cross-sex steroid therapy and cardiovascular risk in transgender females. This is another absurd grant that was handed out.
They are using the American taxpayers' money. What an insult.
A $120,000 NIH grant for personalized 3D avatar tool development for measurement of body perception across gender identities. Here's another absurd grant that, again, tells the lie that there's more than two genders. There's only two, male and female.
That's it.
Something else that the American people should know about, these radical extremist judges that are playing politics from the bench. A judge ruled that this has to be protected. This is a HHS program for gender-affirming care in young people. Again, the only thing that affirms gender is the fact that there's only two sexes, male and female, and the American people should never have to pay for that lie.
This is insulting. I'm sorry. This is insulting.
It's mutilating kids' bodies before they're old enough to vote, before they're old enough to join the military, before they're old enough to even be adults. That's what you're saying the American people should pay for. Just so you know, Ms. DeVito, and I'm very proud to announce that I have a bill called Protect Children's Innocence Act that will criminalize sex changes on children, and that bill will see a vote on the House floor, and I look forward to my Republican colleagues and hopefully Democrats that come to their senses voting yes for that bill.
We need that bill like yesterday. Come on. We need that bill yesterday. Imagine at 16 years old, you go to your parents, Mom, can I have a beer? No, you cannot. You're a kid. Okay, no problem. Next day, you go to those same parents. Mom, I'm not really feeling this thing in front of me. Can you just chop it for me? Okay, kid, no problem. I'll chop it for you. I'm convinced now. Right now there are two sides. The side of God and the side of the devil. Obviously, the Democrats are working for the devil. Obviously, the Democrats are working for the devil, because if you are on the side of God, you understand that God never make mistake. You understand that God sent us to this earth the way we were meant to be. The idea you don't feel like you don't feel like having something hanging in front of your pants, you just chop it. You're not on this side of God. That's what I'm saying.
Because it's absolutely repulsive and disgusting, and America voted against that this past election.
Not only America voted against that, the Democrats are still pushing that nonsensical leftist woke ideology. President Trump won all the swing states. President Trump won the popular vote. America said, listen, we agree there are only two genders. America said, we do not support for women to be playing a men's sport. Neither we support for men to be playing in women's sport. This is what America agrees on. Guess what? The Democratic Party says, no, we don't agree with you, America. We're gonna push it to your throat. We're gonna put it to your face. This is what the Democratic Party is saying. The Democratic Party is saying we must work hard to protect democracy. And what is democracy? The American people have spoken. They said, we want President Trump agenda. And right now, as we're recording this video, the Democrats are doing everything they can to stop President Trump's agenda that the American people voted for. And they want to protect democracy. The democracy they're trying to stop.
Mr. Dickerson, how do we implement cuts and appropriations moving forward to prevent these agencies from ever being able to fund these studies that promote the mutilation of children's bodies ever again?
I think what you need to do is ensure those writers are included in the appropriations bills that are passed to clarify to the agencies that even though they have never actually received authorization for these, so they shouldn't have actually done it in the first place, but if they need that funding rider to restrict American taxpayer funds for going to those terribly divisive and harmful things.
Yeah, permanently, right? Thank
Exactly.
you.
And we need to prosecute all these doctors too. Any doctor that cuts a little boy eggplant, these doctors needs to be prosecuted. Sorry.
Egregious abuses of funds. A $10 million Department of Education grant to the Virginia Commonwealth University for faculty workshops on decolonizing the curriculum. A nearly $700,000 National Science Foundation grant to the University of Tennessee for Black and Latinx parents leading reform and advancing racial justice in elementary mathematics. A project that could provide a model for other communities and schools seeking to advance racial justice in mathematics and education. This is insane, absurd, and it's racist in itself. Math is math. A $500,000 EPA grant, Green Jobs, growing a new generation of environmental justice problem solvers. All of this stuff is far left ideology, and the American people should not be paying for it.
It's the same DEI. It's the same DEI. For you to feel the need to have a DEI program, that's you literally telling people you believe that people of color do not have the same skills, the same ability to learn and to do things that white people can do. Tell me how racist that is. For you to look at me and say, oh, this is a black man, we're going to need to give him a little bit more. or we're going to need to make the test easier for him. What? No. Don't lower the standard. I'm coming through. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, player. These people, they don't understand when they are pushing for DEI programs. They think they are helping people of color. In reality, they are literally discriminating people of color. If you think you need a special program, a special exam, a special interview just because the person is not white, what are you literally saying? No, keep that same standard. And if they are good enough, they're gonna make it. There's a famous quote that says, be so good, they cannot ignore you. That's it. I don't care if you are a woman, If you are black, if you are gay, it doesn't matter. You come, don't lead with your race, don't lead with your gender, don't lead with your sexuality. Lead with your skills of that specific task you signing up for. That's how we do things here. We work hard, and when we fail, we learn from these failures, and then we try again, and we try again. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure to have you here. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you what age, or do you even believe there's an age where it's appropriate for someone to chop the eggplant because they feel like they don't need it anymore. Do the big chop. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed.